Good morning, everybody. Today is my keto weight loss update. I had weight loss surgery, and I do weight updates about my weight loss surgery losses on Thursdays because I had my surgery on Thursday in 2017 on July 6th. But this video is about I started keto on July 12th and of this year after having experienced regain. And so I am going to do updates on how my keto is going on Sunday. And I have stats for keto. I started my keto on July 12th, as I said, at 234.4 pounds. Last week I was at 224.2 pounds, and this week I am at 223.8 pounds. So that is a weekly loss of only 0.4 pounds, but a total loss of 10.6 pounds for 6 weeks, which is sort of, and that's an average weekly loss of 1.77 pounds. But you know, it's better than going up, which is what I was doing when I wasn't doing keto. And as I've discussed in other videos, the mental health benefits of doing keto have been really huge. And the biggest news today is that I got out and I ran, and I had, in April of 2018, I started this running program that's super cool called None to Run. And it's like a C2 5K, and I discussed that in the video, but it's a little gentler than that. And I actually got all the way to the end. I did all 12 weeks, except for one run. I did all 12 except for one run. And then I fell off, and I started again, and fell off, and started again, and fell off, and started again. And so I'm back, hopefully for good. And it was really wonderful. I don't necessarily like the running part, but I love the after running part. So that was really good, and I've got some videos about that coming up. So I am going to, oh, and with my weights, I should say that's a weekly average weight. The weekly average weight. So I take weights every day, and then on Sunday for keto I do the average, and on Thursdays for weight loss surgery I do the average. And from a week to week, I always do this. Last time I did this too. From just a week to week, day to day weight. Last Sunday I was 224.2. So last Sunday I was 224.4, and this Sunday on the day I'm 224.4. So it's either a weekly loss of 0.4 because of the averages, or a weekly loss of 0. So I'll take the average weight thing. So and I'll discuss what I think happened there in the next, when I finish showing you the little videos I've taken in the last couple of days. There's an NSV in there. There's a lot about running, and not a lot. There's some about running, and so hopefully that will be lots of fun. Do you hear this loud sound? This really horrible loud sound? Let me shut up. You know what that is? That's the sound of an air conditioner that works. Woo! Last night some church people came over just totally unexpectedly, and like at 8:30 at night in the dark, and they came over and fixed it and called us up and said, hey, turn it on, it's fixed. And it turned out to be just a simple fix. Apparently the capacitor, whatever that is, was broken. It was worth $3. That's all that needed to be done. And it was 94 in the house at the time, and now it is blessed 78. And I know we sure slept a whole lot better. I did, not trying to sleep in 90-degree heat. So listen to that beautiful sound again. Happy miracle for me. So here's a cool NSV. These are Disney Dogs leggings. See, there's Lady and Pluto and the Tramp. And anyway, they did not fit. Well, they fit when I first bought them, and but they were tight, man. There was nothing else going to fit in there, and I was about 12 pounds heavier, and now they fit just beautifully. See, there's the footstool from Lady and the Tramp. And I love wearing them because I love dogs. And so anyway, I'm just excited. This is a wonderful NSV to be able to fit into these leggings again. Yay! Well, here I am, ready to go running. Yay! I'm running for real. I'm running for real. I'm running for real. I'll be back with you for more updates on the running, and God, it felt good to get my running shoes out and to know I'm actually going to do it. I had put them away under my vanity and thought I'm never going to run again. And, you know, I mean, I didn't want to never run again, but it just was the way that I was feeling. So God, it felt good to just get them out. I know that I'm going to be running. I'm running a program called None to Run, which is sort of like a C2 5K, only it's gentler than that. And your goal is at the end to be running 25 minutes straight rather than a certain distance. So today is going to be 30 seconds of running to 2 minutes of walking. And I'm really excited to start it up again. But then it's funny because I'm here and I'm all ready. I've got my little headband on and everything. And then it occurred to me that I have no fucking clue where my armband is. I think it's on the kitchen table somewhere, which is going to suck because I have a family member sleeping in the living room where it's like the dining table, sleeping in the living room where the dining table is. So like I'm going to have to go in there with a flashlight and try not to make any noise. So anyway, and then I just realized my headphones are in a different spot than they normally are. So anyway, that's my story, and I will give you more running updates as they come, but be excited for me. I'm actually out. I woke up at 3:18 this morning, and I was just awake. So I thought, well, I intended to run today, and I thought at 5, and I said, well, I'm awake. I might as well get up, and I do this planner thing in the morning, and I do journaling in the morning, and I had time to do that before I go, and so I'm doing it. And getting up this early reminds me of kind of a happy time in my life. And so, you know, maybe it's something I can do. I mean, I have to go to bed super early like an old lady, but we shall see. So anyway, more updates as they come. Bye. I couldn't find the armband, dang it. And I woke my family member up looking. I found the headband I wore the last time I went running, but not the armband. So I'm going to have to do a major look for that later today. But so I had to change pants. Luckily, I had bought a new pair of pants from Torrid that have side pockets in them, so the phone will fit in there. And because the pants I had were from Costco and I love them, they've got a zipper pocket on the waist for your keys. So that's fantastic, except that, of course, there's no way to carry the phone. So these have the big pockets on the sides of the legs, so I should be able to carry the phone. It's going to be a little weird with my headphones coming out of it from my pant leg, but hopefully we'll be able to work with that. And then I'll find my armband maybe later today. Dang it. And these pants are from Torrid, and they're a size 1, which is a 14-16, and I wear a 14-16 everywhere else I go, like Old Navy. I'm in size 14 skinny jeans. I'm in 14s at Walmart, but damn, these are tight. It really took some work to wiggle into them, so I'm really glad that I've lost the 10 pounds that I have lost, because otherwise these would not fit at all. So anyway, wish me luck running. A weird start, but we'll go for it anyway. Bye. Well, my run is over. Hopefully there's nobody out here thinking I'm a Looney Tune talking to myself. Or, you know, I'm totally talking to my best friend via FaceTime at 5 something in the morning, because that's what I'm totally doing. I don't remember exactly. I think my average pace was 17:18, and that's pretty bad. It's my 5th slowest run, and so I'm not where I started. I forgot to tell you that originally I think it was last year sometime, I was actually running the full 25. So this is starting again, like after about a year of not doing it, and I'm back to the 30-second run and the 2-minute walk, and as you can tell, it's really kicked my butt. I had the lead legs there at the end. So everybody's got to start somewhere. At least it wasn't the slowest. So my next goal for next run, which will be on Tuesday, will be to just be under where I am today. The last time I was running regularly, that was just my goal, was just being a little bit faster than last time. And I almost always achieved it. So it's a good goal. And I think I can really do it. I just had to get one under my belt. And while I was running,
I was listening to this book called Art and Fear, and it's a good book, but the narrator's kind of dull. But there was one thing that was really applicable to running, actually, which was that sometimes if you find yourself in a slump, it's because you changed your method. And your method was what was driving you. So like, if you were painting at midnight and that was successful for you, but then for some reason you started painting at midday instead, and then you hit a slump, it was probably because painting at midnight was working for you, was doing something for your art. So that made me think about running, because when I was really successful at running, here I am home. When I was really successful at running, I was doing it at this time of day at 5 in the morning. And I think there's a great big bug on the ground right here. Let's see. Yeah, a big old bug. Anyway, I was doing it at this time of morning, and I was getting up like at 4 and doing my journaling and my planner first. And I was really successful with that. I was really happy with that. And I changed it to like try to run in the daytime. And I just can't with the sunlight, because my albinism, I'm really light sensitive, and it just was so unpleasant to be in the light and the heat. Oh God, it was just so unpleasant. And so I stopped, and lo and behold, it is probably because I changed my method, and it was the method that was holding me up. So maybe that will be helpful, and I can start getting up really early and doing my morning stuff before and running. So anyway, that's my story of running, and I am going to do my big update for the week later this morning, not too long from now, after I get some breakfast and stuff. And I will talk to you then. Bye-bye. Okay, I've done all my stretches now, and sometimes for me, like, that's the most boring part, but I did it, and I am remarkably sweaty. And like, for me, I don't really sweat in my body so much, but I sweat in my face. So I wanted to mention these headbands. These are by Fitness Fox. I believe it's fitnessfox.com. I have a whole wardrobe of them, and I adore them because they're not like terry cloth, like old Rocky style, 80s style headbands. They're like sort of a silky material, and they just do the job wonderfully, because normally I would just be like dripping in my face and in my eyes, and and it's really humid today, so it's like worse. Well, humid for Southern California. I know you guys back east are like, come on. But anyway, for us, it's humid, and it just really does the job beautifully. So now it's time for my favorite part of the run, which is crowing about it on social media. Which is partly this, and then I'm going to post on I'm part of a group on Facebook, the None to Run group. So if you guys ever get involved with None to Run, there's a wonderful group on Facebook, and I'll show it up on Instagram, and I'm so excited. Bye! What I was going to say the last time I came to you was that I was doing my stretches, and when I did the bend over stretch, I heard a little pop, and I was like, shit, I think I busted my seam in these pants, but it must have just been like one little tiny stitch. And, I told you these pants are uncommonly small. I'm so grateful I had them. I think it was like the universe telling me that it was time to run, because I had a way to get around not having an armband, and that would have totally made, I wouldn't have been able to run without being able to put my phone somewhere. So I think it was a wonderful coincidence, and the pants will remind me that I still have weight to lose. Another 10 pounds, and I'm sure they will be fine. And they were okay to run in, they really were, but I gotta watch that stretching and be put on some comfy leggings when I stretch, so I don't bust a seam in the back. Anyway, funny stuff. I will stop talking about my run, I swear to God, and post later. Bye. So that's my running story. I am right now just still coming off of running, so I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, so here's what I think happened with the weight. I actually saw, the lowest I saw this week was 222.6, and I was so excited about being down there, but then I had a couple of days where I went over my calories.
I'm supposed to be, according to my macros, and the fact that I was sedentary. I may change that if on my macros if I run more consistently. But the fact that I was sedentary, I was supposed to be about 1,300 calories and 16 carbs per day. And so on Friday, I went over and I was like on 20 carbs, and which is still, I mean, like that's normally what people do is 20. But I think my calories were like at 1,500 or something. And then yesterday, oh, I had my first keto binge. I did. I did. I mean, I went off keto last month for a couple of days, but like while doing keto, and yesterday was my 20th day. Today is my 21st day, 20th straight day. I I binged on keto stuff. I got a whole big shipment of high key cookies on Saturday and on Friday, and those are really hard to stay away from. And I just could not stop eating them, and I ate and ate and ate cookies, and so my carbs were like at 30, but my which isn't, which is like, I don't know if that's enough to kick you out of ketosis or not, but it's still really pretty low. But my calories were like at 1,800 or 20. I stopped counting. It's like 1,800 and up. And so I've got to really limit the cookies to like a serving a day, and just keep away from that, because they were just, I was hungry all day. And I think part of the reason I was hungry was part of the reason why you get hungry when you're not on keto, which is I was eating these cookies, but like, I mean, it's like, it's not like wholesome, like eating an egg or cheese, like it's almond flour. So I mean, it's like eating almonds and coconut oil, but it's still not quite as substantial as like a meat or something. So I think that was part of why I just felt so hungry all day. Also, I've got the PMS monster going on, and so that makes you really hungry and hungry for sweets, and so it was just a bad combination. I think that's what happened this week, or yesterday. But I'm back on track today. Well, it's like 6 in the morning. So for the first couple of hours I've been awake, I'm back on track. And I am hoping that I can stop with the binging if I really limit the cookies to just one serving a day, and then fill out the rest of my day with other more wholesome, substantial, I think, instead of wholesome, because I think the cookies are pretty wholesome, but substantial stuff. And I've been really craving, oddly, even though what I ate yesterday was a bunch of sweet stuff, what I've really been craving is pizza. And normally I'm like a sweet maniac, so I've been craving sweets and like dreaming about eating sweets, having nightmares about eating sweets. But like the last couple of days, I've been craving pizza, like Pizza Hut pizza specifically, really bad. So I might have to make a keto pizza this week. We'll see. So there have been a couple of big things, and I know it's only been since Thursday since we talked to each other last, but and speaking of the high key cookies, they're bingeable. They're wonderful. The mini chocolate chip cookies are fantastic. I got some peanut butter, and they're kind of meh. They don't have a lot of peanut butter taste. But then I got lemon, and the lemon are wonderful. So if you can control yourself with them, they're a great way to eat. That the lemon ones are like little shortbread cookies that taste like lemon, and they are not too tart, and they're not too sweet. They're just perfect. So highly recommend high key. And I guess actually the only other thing I have to talk about is that we had a wonderful miracle. If you've been following me, you know our air conditioner was broken, and it was ridiculously hot in our house. It was getting up to 94 degrees, 94, I think 95 was the highest we saw in the house. And when it's that hot, you have to have the windows closed, because it's 105 outside. But when it's that hot inside, because the windows are closed, the air gets really like close and heavy, and so it actually gets hard to breathe. And like it's like the heat just takes your breath away. And we were using cooling towels and fans and everything you could possibly think of to stay cool, and it was just god awful. Oh, if I never have to go through that again. And it made me feel so much for homeless people who don't have a home. I mean, who are out there in the heat that's even 10 degrees hotter than that. And God bless the people that thought of cooling stations to help a little bit with that. But on Friday night, I hear this banging outside my window, and some church friends of my mother's had come over. They did. I mean, they notified another family member, but they came over just like unexpectedly, and her husband is an HVAC guy, and they fixed the air conditioner. Just like they heard through the church grapevine. It's not my church, it's my mom's church, but they heard through the church grapevine that our air conditioner was broken, and they came over at 8:30 at night, or 8:20 actually, and they fixed it. And it turns out it was a I have a little hair there. It turns out it was just a $3 part. It was the capacitor. I don't know what that is. The capacitor that was broken. It was a $3 part, and the fix took. They were here for maybe all of 15 minutes, and most of that was checking to make sure it was working. And the reason why we hadn't been getting it fixed was because we were told the last time it broke that, oh, well, if that part breaks again, we're not going to be able to get a new one because your system is so old, and you're going to have to get a totally new one, and it won't fit in that part of the yard, so you're going to have to completely tear up the yard to get it in there. And it was going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and nobody has the money for that. So we thought we were just doomed to suffer forever. But, gossip, grapevine, blessed be, like church lady gossip wins the day, because they came over and it was just this $3 part, and it was so common a problem that he just had it on him. He didn't even have to go buy it anywhere. And we have blessed air. Oh my God. We have blessed cool air. And the first night we turned it down to 78, and it was like heaven. Oh, we felt like we had icicles growing off our noses because it felt so cold. And then we turned it up in the day to 81 or 82, I think, just to help conserve power, and also because it just felt too cold. Oh, what a wonderful thing to say. And then also now the refrigerator isn't having to work so hard, because I was deathly afraid the refrigerator was going to go out because it was having to work so hard, it being 90 something in the house. And it's just heaven. And I really didn't do much yesterday except lay around in the cold air. And that was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So that is a miracle from the gods, and the timing was actually spiritually significant for me. I'm not going to go into all of that, but I'll just say 21 is a spiritually significant number for me. And so it got fixed on 8/21, around 8/21 at night, and the part was a $3 part, 2+1. So I thought that was a wonderful gift from the divine, and done in such a way with the timing as to remind me that someone's looking out for us. And so it was a miracle. It was, honestly, it was a miracle that it got out there through my mom's church grapevine, which is a different church than mine, and the church lady gossip did pick a little, talk a little thing, and people who are into helping people did really saved ourselves, because I don't know what we would have done for the rest of the summer, because we've got, where I live, this goes on through October and into November. So we would have had 2 to 3 months more of this, and it was just unbearable. So anyway, you won't hear me complaining about the heat anymore, hopefully, and just everybody keep your fingers crossed the fix holds. And the man said, hey, if it breaks again, I'll just come out again. So that was really, really cool. A really happy thing that happened this week. So, the weight thing isn't the happiest thing, but I'm really, I feel really okay with it, because I know that it was up today because of my little boo-boo. I know that, at PMS time, my weight tends to stall. I also know I wasn't exercising at all, and that will be remedied with the running. I did such a good job. Before this, I'm going to have put my picture of my heart rate and my splits, but I did such a good job. I burned 400 and some odd calories. So that's awesome. And I was swimming, but then I got I was on this video and my hair was just so gross. I just didn't feel like doing that anymore, because it makes your skin icky and your hair icky, and it just felt icky. So I'm back to running. And there was a little profound thing I learned in the book I was listening to today, about running. So there also a cool thing is I read a book called Atomic Habits, and it's an amazing book, and I can't recommend it highly enough. And in that book, he talks about he was started weightlifting, and he asked the coach, what is the difference between someone who's like an amateur weightlifter and someone who really goes the distance and can compete and stuff? And the coach said, well, the ones who really go the distance are the ones who come in here and put in the reps every day, whether it's good or not, and whether they want to or not. They show up every day and they do it anyway, even if it sucks. And so he had this quote that I love that I write down in my planner every week, so I see it every day. That is, be endlessly fascinated by doing the same thing over and over again, and that's a secret to success in any area. And as a writer, I have to keep that in mind as well, because you just show up every day and you write. I mean, okay, in theory, you show up every day. Haven't been so good at doing that, but you show up every day and you write, whether it's good or not. And you just show up and be endlessly fascinated by doing the same thing every day. And another quote from that book is master the art of showing up. So this week, my goal is to hopefully lose 2 pounds. And so I'll be at 221.8 or whatever. And also to finish my first week of running, and also to show up at my writing every day. And practice the 5-minute rule, which is also in the book. Actually, he says a 2-minute rule, but you can't like write and do 2 minutes, because by the time you open up the computer, it's not the computer, whatever. It's an iPad. It's an iPad. You like exhausted your 2 minutes, but like to show up every day and just do it, and just work this week. That's my goal for the week, is just mastering the art of showing up. All I have to do is show up for 5 minutes to do all my things. And once I've done that, I can say, except for running, where I'm actually going to do the whole 30 minutes, but just show up. Just show up. So anyway, that's my goal. That's my week. I will see you on Thursday with the weight loss surgery update, and hopefully some good loss. And Thursday should be my 3rd day of running for the week. So hopefully I will also be able to tell you that I finished the first week of running, and be endlessly fascinated by getting out there and running the same route every single time. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. If you like me, give me a big thumbs up. You can follow me on Instagram at mashley.wls. That's the same thing as it is on YouTube, Mashley WLS. And also, if you want to hear snarky things about inspirational quotes and funny stuff about spiritual things, my Twitter is Theology1, which is the word theology and the word one, O-N-E, on Twitter. And I am hopefully at least a little bit funny on Twitter. And so, like I said, I talk about spiritual things and say funny stuff about, well, I think it's funny. I amuse myself. Funny stuff about spiritual things. And so anyway, if you are interested in that at all, which you may not be because it's a weight loss surgery channel, follow me over there. So anyway, thumbs up, and a good week ahead, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.